Hi, everybody. So it is the small hours. I think it's, oh, yes, nearly 10 past 2 in the morning. And it is Saturday night, and I have to go to church tomorrow morning. Well, in the morning, late in the morning, sorry, in the morning. And I started undoing my braids. They're not finished yet. So I need to keep going. The thing is, I'm on this fitness journey where I need to do at least 10,000 steps a day. So that meant that instead of undoing my braids, I had to go for a walk. I actually did a little bit of jogging as well. I'm using this app called Couch to 5, which I've used several times and it's always helped me. So that's why I decided to use it again. But anyway, I decided that I just need to keep going with these braids because, well, there is nothing else to do but get them out. So anyway, I just thought, I'll just jump on, see who's about, say hello while I do my braids. I've done like 3/4, so I've just got this bit left. Um, Now I am so slow when it comes to taking my braids out, so it'll probably take me about an hour just to do this. But anyway, just wanted to say hello. How are you doing? It is March already. Can't believe how time is flying. Um, but there's nothing we can do about it. We can't stop the time, so we've just got to um, make the most of it. So I know last year I shared my goals at the beginning of the year. I don't think I did. Yeah, no, I didn't do it this time. Not that I don't have any goals, but I just, didn't get a chance to do that. But I've really kept my hair in this protective style, these knotless braids for 2 months, believe it or not. I mean, that is the longest time that I have ever kept my braids in. So far, it's been okay. My hair is still intact, but I'm not kidding when I say I was nervous like anything. Because I thought, oh my gosh, what if my hair starts breaking? So, yeah, 2 months is a long time. So they're knotless braids, the type where they start off by braiding your hair and then add, the extensions bit by bit. That's why they're coming out in bits, so there's not breakage. Don't worry, don't panic. Um, it's just the way they do this. So let me know how long you've kept your braids in. Oh, hi, Connor. Nice to see you. Oh, do I know what gold is? Oh, I know what gold is, as in GOLD, but I don't know what that is. I'm sorry, King Night Bear. Yeah, I suppose I could use a stapler. Hey, that I don't know what that would do. But anyway, let's keep the chat nice and clean. Okay, let's not do or say anything silly. Hi, itching. You itching to scratch? What are you itching to scratch? Your scalp, I hope. Um, anyway, yeah. So I was just saying, this is the first time I've kept my braids in for 2 months. This is the longest I've ever kept my braids in. And I was quite nervous, um, because obviously well, what I know, what I've been taught so far is that if you keep your braids in for too long, your hair could break. So what I noticed is that if you keep your hair moisturized, that definitely helps to prevent breakage. And I shared a video recently in which I showed you how I keep my hair moisturized while my hair is in a protected style. So this is just removing the lint, that awful lint you get with braids. So I can see, I can tell that keeping my hair moisturized has definitely helped. Um, so if you want to check that out, I will put a link to that video in the description box below, but you can go through my playlist and see it is, I think probably my last video that I did. Yeah, so, um, oh, Dax. Oh, Matthew, there's nothing wrong with my hair. I'm just undoing the braids because, as you can see, it's looking untidy now. So my hair is okay. There's my hair. I've taken the braids out, and there's my hair just to see what fit in the screen. That's my hair. So it's absolutely fine. I was just worried that it might break because I kept the braids in for so long. So Matthew, you say that you use Dax for moisturizing. Well, that's actually kind of old fashioned, old school kind of products. I used Dax a long time ago when I was a kid, but these kind of products, um, they're really good. I used to use Blue Magic around about the time, but it's a similar sort of thing. Is it the grease, hair grease? Um, and in my last video, I actually showed you guys how I use grease along with oil and moisturizer to keep my hair moisturized because it's a really good sealant. And Matthew, yes, you're a minimalist. You know what? Sometimes that is good. Less is more. I think sometimes we try to do way too much with our hair, and our hair and scalp will get confused, and then we end up with problems. Um, and then, kind of worried what's going on. But sometimes, yeah, less is more. The less manipulation you do, the better. The less products you use, the better. Um, and I know that might sound a bit strange, coming from me because obviously as a content creator and a product reviewer, I I do use quite a few more products than a lot of people, but I try to stick to the same things, especially when it comes to my hair oils and my hair masks, shampoos, and things like that. Um, I have my favorites, and I kind of try and stick to those things. And I don't use a lot of products. So no, I'm not Jamaican. Um, I'm not Jamaican. Well, my heritage. I'm in the UK, but my heritage is actually African. Um, so yeah, South African. My parents were from South Africa. Um, I wasn't born in South Africa, unfortunately. I think I'd have loved to have been born there, but um, I do have family that are Jamaican, Matthew. My brother-in-law is Jamaican, or one of them, my brother-in-laws is Jamaican. So yeah, I haven't been to Jamaica, but my sister has. In fact, two of my sisters have been to Jamaica. Um, What about you? Where you from? How about you let me know where you from as you're watching this live? I would love to know. Oh, you're from England. Oh my goodness, you're a neighbor of mine. Hello, Matthew. I'm up north 'cause I'm in Scotland. I'm in Glasgow. Whereabouts in England are you? I've got family in England. London or Essex, actually, to be more precise, and Birmingham and Nottingham. That's where I've got family in those areas. Oh, you south, fab. Hi, Matt. Oh, from Derby, are you? Oh my goodness. So you near one of my sisters, who lives in Nottingham, because I know she always talks about Derbyshire and stuff like that. So, well, beards. I suppose it's a slightly different kind of ball game, isn't it? Because you have to think about the testosterone and whatever you want to use. You've got to be careful that it doesn't affect the kind of hormonal balance. But if you're just talking about maintenance of a beard, once the hair comes out, it doesn't really make a difference, isn't it? It's what's on the scalp that makes more of a difference. But they quite good beard oils and beard waxes. I've got three brothers and two brothers-in-law. So one of my brothers-in-law, he sports a beard as well. And what I see them doing. They've been growing them since the pandemic, and I think beard oils are really good. But I think the good ones tend to have penetrating oils like almond oil. And almond oil is also really good for the skin, so that would really help with the skin and also for the hair. Um, in terms of keeping it clean, I think that's really important, and then kind of brushing it to make sure that it doesn't get matted. Um, if you're trying to grow your beard, just keeping the skin clean. So kind of yeah, keeping it clean and then keeping the beard itself nice and clean and moisturized to prevent breakage and prevent it getting dry is always a good idea. So some of the products I suppose, that people use on their hair, for example, I use oils on my hair to keep it moisturized, and scalp as oils as scalp emollients. That'll be good as well. Some people like coconut oil. I know one of my brothers likes coconut oil for his beard. So you can think about those things and consider trying those products. I'm sure they'll be good. Um, Oh yes, Matthew, thank you for that comment. Thank you for your comment. Yeah, coconut oil and rosemary. Rosemary is good. I use hair oils, scalp oils with rosemary because that helps to boost hair growth. Um, and there's been some research that suggests that rosemary is actually um, as good as things like minoxidil. So if you've got like a patch of beard or you're just trying to stimulate growth, rosemary would definitely be good. I use it and I've seen massive growth in my hair. This is the longest my hair's ever been. And I used products with rosemary, and I actually had, bold spots, bold patches all over. Um, and for, I use fenugreek as well. Fenugreek, that's a spice usually used in Indian or Asian cooking, and that really helped to regrow the hair in my bald patches. I mean, I still have some patches which haven't fully recovered, like, here. But it's definitely better than it was because it was going all the way here. So, there's definitely hair growth there. Um, so, sometimes you just have to be patient and not give up and use these products, particularly things like rosemary and fenugreek, because they can stimulate hair regrowth. And I know there's always this talk about hair growth and hair regrowth, and there's actually a difference between growth and regrowth. So if you already have hair, that hair is going to grow. But if you don't have hair or you've got a bald patch, then you need to regrow the hair. And unfortunately, not every product that's out there on the market will help your hair to regrow. And I think it's important um, to be aware of this because it's really unfair that they'll just market any product like, oh, this will help your hair to grow. And I'll be honest, I hate it, absolutely hate it with a passion when people say hair is always growing, because we know for some people it's not. They need to qualify that. But yeah, rosemary is fantastic. It's one of my favorite ingredients. Um, oh, you've got a long beard, and it's all about keeping it smooth and looking smart. So yeah, it's for you. It's just the maintenance. Yes, absolutely. Um, Penetrating oils like coconut oil, almond oil, jojoba oil as well. Those are really good. So you just need to make sure that you're not allergic to them, because some of the, like almond oil, obviously they're nut oil. So if you're allergic, you could run into problems. So just do a patch test if you've never used some of these, just to make sure that you're not allergic. And yeah, um, in terms of moisturizing, there's the process, or at least a process that involves adding some liquid to moisturize the hair. So this could be just plain water, or you could mix a little bit of water and glycerin, and then seal in the moisture with your oil or the wax, or grease. Um, but some people don't like that, and they just don't like liquids. So um, I've never heard of anybody using a leave-in conditioner, but you know what? It's worth trying. You could see if that helps. But just the very simple things of just mixing a little bit of water. And I usually go like 1 part of glycerin to 1 part of 1 part glycerin and 4 or 5 parts of water. Mix that all up, and that's my liquid. Um, and by 4 parts, it doesn't have to be like a cupful. A teaspoon of glycerin mixed with 4 or 5 teaspoons of water. That's the proportion. You mix it up, spray it onto your beard, massage it in, and then apply your coconut oil, or almond oil, jojoba oil, even olive oil is quite good. um, yeah. So what would you suggest for oh my goodness, what would I suggest for Donald? I genuinely do not have an answer, because I guess first of all we need to know whether or not that's actually real hair. I don't know. I think he's quite happy with the way he styles his hair, so I think we'll just leave him to it. Um, may I say a good diet always helps healing and regrowth. Matt Chapman, absolutely, absolutely. And sometimes I think we focus too much on the external, the products. We should be focusing on both, but actually, you could have the best products in the world, but if your diet is rubbish and you're not drinking enough, you're not eating enough, you're not eating nutritious food, um, your hair is not going to be the healthiest. So we do need to focus on the diet, and it needs to be healthy and balanced. And yes, I know a lot of people say you need to make sure protein. I wouldn't say just protein. I think balanced is definitely better. Um, so good fats are good for the skin, and carbs. Obviously not unhealthy processed food, but because carbs give you fuel, and but protein will be good, strengthens the hair, helps to stimulate hair growth, and make sure you're taking your minerals like zinc and iron, um, selenium, because those are important for hair growth, as well as the vitamins. So vitamin C is good for collagen, which is important for skin. But vitamin D is also really important for hair growth, and lots of people, when they've been deficient of vitamin D, can end up with hair loss. Um, Vitamin E is good. It's an antioxidant, so that can help um, with both skin health and hair health. So absolutely, your diet is important. And keeping hydrated, when you're staying hydrated, is important as well. Um, and then I'm just trying to avoid or minimize your intake of things like caffeine. Caffeine is good when you apply it topically to the scalp, because yeah, it's blocks DHT. Although in some cases, I think if you consume it can increase DHT. Um, which is why you say it's okay to apply coffee or caffeine products to the scalp, but if you drink lots of coffee, then it's not going to help your hair, because um, I'm not 100% sure how it works, but apparently applying caffeine topically helps with hair growth and blocks DHT, but consuming caffeine can stimulate DHT. So I'm not sure how that works. Um, so we need to make sure that we're eating well. And also, I know this is 2 in the morning and we should be in bed. But good sleep, is really important as well. We need to rest because that helps our body to recover. Um, yeah, coffee dries your hair out. Yeah. I remember, when I was reading something about coffee and kind of thinking about doing coffee oil. I think if you use it in coffee oil or something, apparently it can help to soften the hair. But if you apply it, um, for example, as a hairspray, then yes, it dries your hair out. So I wonder if it's just a case of, if it's coffee oil, you actually have, it's more of the oil doing the job of softening the hair rather than the actual caffeine. Although they say it's got the caffeinoids, which can help um, to condition the hair and soften the hair. Um, yeah. Sometimes it's a bit confusing, isn't it? But spirulina and wheatgrass, yes. Knock yourself out. Yeah, you know what? I actually had some of that, and I got a packet. I don't know if how do you pronounce this, spirulina or spirulina? That the green stuff, the dark green stuff from the sea, from the ocean, and I got a packet from TK Maxx. Um, and I used to just add like a tablespoon Oh yes, okay, yeah. I used to just add a tablespoon of it to smoothies. Um, that is how I was able to take it because I couldn't take it any other way. It just looked a bit weird. Um, oh, sorry. Um, no, I totally. I mean, if you've never seen anyone do this, Matt Chapman, yeah, it looks a bit weird, isn't it? So I've got these braids in, and I'm now undoing them. So if you see, I've undone this bit, so I'm just undoing them because they are, my hair has grown a bit, so it's just starting to look untidy. But also, what starts to happen is that it starts to twist because it's just hanging there like that, right? Can you see that's my hair there? So it starts to twist, and if you're not careful, they can just kind of be yanked out and fall out. Your hair falls out. So I'm undoing them so that I can redo them tomorrow. My braids. Um, so that's what I'm doing. My hair, and it needs a good wash. It needs a good wash. So that's what I'm doing with my hair. And if you're wondering why I'm doing it right now, is I just need to get it done before tomorrow. So I don't normally stay up this late just to undo my braids, but um, I started late just because I was busy, and then I decided to go for a walk, a little jog, so that I could get my 10,000 steps in because, yeah, I want to try and do 10,000 steps a day. Um, just get healthy, just lose some weight, you know, because I'm not the healthiest. Exercise is good for hair growth as well, isn't it? So, trying to cover all the bases. Trying to cover all the bases. Yeah, so this is a knitting needle. And all I'm doing is just poking it through so that it's easy to unravel, because otherwise I would never be able to unravel these with just my fingers. So that's what I'm doing. But anyway, have you got plans for tomorrow? Have you got goals for this month? I try to do kind of monthly goals, and now there's all, there's those pillars. Oh, that's okay, Matt. That's absolutely fine. That's what, I come on here doing this. So I like people who ask. And, now you've asked and now you've learned something. And if you see somebody doing this next time, you'll know. It's absolutely nothing wrong with asking questions. And you are very respectful, and I appreciate that and respect you too. Um, So have you got goals for this month or this week? I try to set kind of weekly or monthly goals because I used to set goals for the whole year, and I always found that by the third or fourth month, I've kind of forgotten what the goals were, um, and then it just didn't feel like I was achieving anything. So if I review them on a monthly basis, I always feel like they're more achievable and it's more doable. And I try to use the SMART goals setting method. So this month, as I said, I am trying to just get fit and healthy. So it's not even getting fit up because I'm unfit as it is. I'm just trying to get fit. So walking, 10,000 steps a day, and I'm using the Couch to 5, the NHS Couch to 5 app, just to run a couple of times, well, so 2 to 3 times a week. I think it's nearly 3 times a week. I've just started that, so it's not jogging for a full 30 minutes. And then just going to the gym to do a bit of weight training, because that helps to increase metabolism and just to tone up, because I don't want to just be, to lose weight and be flabby and have loose skin and things. I want to be toned up. I want to be ripped. By Christmas time, I'm thinking, yeah, I will be strong. So you are taking your kids out on a big day out this. Oh, that's wonderful. That's lovely. Oh, it's always nice to think about the kids and prioritize them and spend time with them. Those are precious, precious times. How many kids have you got? You don't have to reply. Mm, I'm not. I don't want to be intrusive or anything. So I'm just a curious person. I'm very curious about people. So, um, don't feel obliged to reply. Okay. So 2 of your own and 3 that'll be going. Oh, that'll be great fun. That'll be great fun. I think kids are a blessing. All girls. They will enjoy whatever you plan for them. I hope you all have a good time, especially the little ones. I hope you all have a good time tomorrow. And spring has sprung, so the weather's definitely better. So that will make a difference. But as we say, you just have to dress for the weather and not let the weather stop you from doing anything, isn't it? Gosh, I really thought that I'd be done by now, but it looks like I'm gonna be up for an extra hour or so. So what I'm gonna do just now is maybe go make myself a cup of tea. Um, and I'm gonna have rooibos tea, which is my favorite tea. Um, I got some genuine rooibos tea all the way from South Africa for Christmas. So it was a gift, so I'm gonna enjoy that. So I'm gonna just log off just now and go make myself a cup of tea. But just want to say thank you so much for joining me. I've enjoyed your company, and thank you for commenting and just sharing your knowledge about things, about hair care, beard care, because sharing is caring, and it just helps. We don't know everything, but what we know, if we share that, then we can help each other that way. Um, Thank you so much. Thank you. So, peace and blessings to you too, and enjoy your day out with the girls. But yeah, and good luck with um, with your hair care, and that includes your long beard. All right. Take care. Bye for now.